Welcome back to Matchbox Revival. Today I am revisiting the 20 series with the Chevy Impala Taxi, the 20C. Been wanting to do this model for quite a while. I really like models that have windshields and stickers, and this one needs a paint job and a cleanup, and it should turn out real nice. I'm going to start off today with probably color matching first, and then I'll disassemble it afterwards. So as usual, I'll start off with my dollar store container, and I put out some colors that I think are going to work here. X2 white, X8 and X6 orange. I think it's going to be a yellow-orange combination. So we'll start off with adding a little bit of yellow. And a couple drops of orange. So the orange container gave me a little trouble opening, but here we go. So I'm going to add a good bit of orange. Try and eyeball the color first, and then I'll do a couple color samples. So I'm inching along here with the paint color. Yellow and orange have been the primary colors. It wasn't dirty or gray enough, so I've been adding single drops of smoke, X19. It's a very subtle change from the smoke because it's like a clear color, and you can add little drops of it without changing the color drastically. But we're getting there. Here's where I am now, right in here. I don't know how well the camera picks that up, but a little deeper, and we should be good to go. So you can see my last samples there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. The very last one here was on the hood right here, and it's pretty good, so we'll go with that. Okay, put the cap on and mark it 20C, and we'll put it away for later. So next will be the disassembly, and as usually we drill out the rivet posts. So with my precision flat screwdriver, being very gentle, maybe the back's not ready yet. And the back section should be clear now. And take out the interior, which has the suspension bar there. So this windshield is cracked. It'll be replaced. So we'll drill out that rivet a little bit and try and take it out. Careful not to drill through the roof. These axles have that mushroomed end at the top. Give you a little better view of it today. So we have to grind off that lip in order to get the tire off. With the Dremel and the stone bit. So I'll put the plastic bits into soapy water and let them soak for a little while. This casting, the driver's steering wheel goes forward, and then the driver goes to the left. Careful not to break it off. But we'll let them soak in there for a while. The wheels are not too bad, a little dirty. So for paint stripping, the caustic soda is amazing, but I'm going to go back to my paint stripper just to use it up. I think once this paint stripper is completed, I'll probably do caustic soda all the time. So I'll just cover it. So I'm going to take a look at the base now, try and shine it up and get it back to that factory nickel shine. So what I did was I took steel wool and I stuffed it inside the fitting, and I know when you do this what happens is that steel wool goes flying everywhere. So we'll try and see how it goes. A little slow. Got a little Brasso metal polish, and I'm just gonna douse the bit. Yeah, it'll probably go flying everywhere. Yep. So I ended up with the metal polish and a toothbrush, and I've just been polishing it. The Dremel was a little aggressive and very messy, as you can see, but I think I'm slowly getting there with the toothbrush and the metal polish. So it came up nice. And now we will look at the axles. So I'll put the axles in the drill and give them a little sanding and clean up. And with some 220 sandpaper. We'll check back on the model, see how it's doing on the paint stripper. Oh yeah, so it's completely bubbled over, and I'll just give it a wash with the toothbrush in the sink and come back for metal polishing. Alright, time to drill and tap the rivet posts. I put a little masking tape around the drill bit just to hold it tight in the chuck. And I don't think I have to mark the depth. The posts are pretty tall, so we'll just drill slowly. And with the 2mm tap into some STP brake fluid as a lubricant. And tap those holes. And with the 2mm button head screws, so I spent a bunch more time on the base, polishing it with plastic polish and the polishing wheel on the Dremel, and I got it pretty good. So I'll start on the metal. And we'll go through and clean it all up, get it ready for priming. We'll send it off for priming now. Okay, so first off, got a hot mug of water, and I'm going to try and warm up the suspension piece and bend it back. And now I'll take a look at the other pieces. So I soaked that in the hot water for about, I don't know, 30 seconds or so, and it softened it enough that it bent back the opposite direction, so the suspension will be nice and tight on the wheels. So just being careful around that steering wheel and whatnot. The interior wasn't that dirty to start off. The only part was the hook that really stuck out from the back. Oh, it's pretty good. And the wheels, pretty dirty. Put them onto a toothpick. Okay, so the model's all primed and we're ready to throw some color on it. So here's all the parts ready for assembly. There's the old broken glass and the new replacement. So we'll start with putting the glass in place. Take those button head screws out. They're going to be color matched. I think originally probably were silver to match the base, but I like the color match screws. It's pretty difficult to hide the fact that you've restored them anyways. As long as you do a nice job, I think people appreciate it. So we'll start with a little arrow on the plastic there. I'm guessing that means forward. And then put the support for the suspension back in. So I'll pick the best side of the tires and them through the body. Out the other side. Now I've been having luck with doing the axles. If I spin the drill on the axle first, and it seems to heat up the axle portion at the end, and then I tap it with the hammer to flatten it down, and then re-drill it. So that's what we'll do today. Oh, we'll warm it up first. And we'll give it a couple taps. And then we'll do it again. Hopefully it mushrooms over. And now it's time for the decal. So there's just the one decal on the hood, taxi. Soak it in the water for a little bit. So the taxi decal cracked a little bit, and I'm hoping I don't lose it because it's my only one. And you can see the T kind of shifted a little bit. And there you have it, the 20C Chevrolet Impala.